Dogpatch.
Ah, field trip today, huh?
Little bit. First things first, you got a little hung up in that pack of Milkbone baseball cards that featured Major League Baseball players with their pets. Craig Biggio with a Pomeranian.
You forget there's a card for everything.
Literally everything.
I just really feel like when you go away to college, that's the first thing your parents throw out. The fact that there still exists a complete set of Milkbone baseball cards.
It was always more desirable than the Purina cards. The Purina cards, there was that big scandal.
I don't know. I mean, some people probably can't believe we collect records, but those cards. And you said that the scene at that convention where...
It was kind of in the height of COVID-y, too. It wasn't... COVID was over. It was kind of that period where it was over, but then it came back. So there was a lot of people running around that convention center.
You can tell something's happening when one of your friends is sending you, like, Ross Perot trading cards. And another one of your friends is sending you Milkbone cards just via text. You're like, okay, what's the shake-up?
That might be, like, a lot of time on one's hands. And the fact that record collecting is getting boring. The norms have taken over, and it's just so difficult to just do anything that's fun. So if you get a minor kick out of, like, Nolan Ryan on horseback, then a card's going to provide you with that little endorphin rush.
Man.
Because you're not getting it from stepping into a record store these days. That's for damn sure.
No. Big bummer.
Death by vinyls. So we are going on a little bit of a field trip today. Some time ago, many years ago, you repeatedly have asked me if we're ever going to do an ethnic show. We touched a little bit on it with the Cajun show, but this is going to be full-flexed, recorded in the field by and large, ethnic music.
We're talking about a really old civilization. I assume that the music we'd be listening to would be much older, but it's pretty high fidelity, also pretty traditional.
Rather than do a global survey, we're just going to be playing music from Greece today, which has always been a particular interest of mine. I have a considerable amount of Greek ethnic records, like more than any, well, not more than Africa, but more than most.
How did you land upon Greece as your...
Just the sound of it.
Yeah?
Just the sound of it, particularly music from northern Greece, an area called Epirus. It's just this mournful stuff. It's actually been featured a little bit. There's been some Tompkins Square type compilations of stuff. There's a great scholar of this music whose name is Chris King, and he's done a lot of reissuing of kind of pre-1940s Greek music.
Does this mean I'll get to tell my Chris King story?
By all means.
So the last time I saw our friend Marty Key, he was telling me that Chris had just gotten back from Greece, that, he loves Greek music. It's the only thing he listens to. He was like, he also likes the Minutemen because one time in college, a friend of his played him one Minutemen song. But other than that, it's just like Greek music. Greek music is the only thing on his radar.
Yes.
And he came back and he was telling Marty, he was like, I was riding in this cab. I mean, I was a little high or had a couple drinks, and there's this guy on the radio. He's really paranoid. Like, he's really like... all his lyrics are just like about like how good he is, but also like how all these people are like out to get him. And Marty's just like, what are you talking about? And he's like, hold on, let me text my friend. His name's Drake. And I was like, wow, if you only listened to like ethno-Greek music and you heard Drake, you'd be like, who is this guy who seems to be really successful, but also like really paranoid that everybody's out to like take his spot? I was like, that's a really interesting...
Well, you're kind of missing a lot between traditional Greek music of the 20s and Drake. A few things happened between.
I mean, the Minutemen happened.
There was that Minutemen moment.
There was that Minutemen song, and then Drake.
Chris King is a great champion of this music.
Not the biggest Drake fan.
So most of the stuff we'll listen to today is traditional, featuring often the clarinet, which is the instrument de rigueur for a lot of this Greek music. A large percentage of this Greek music, one of its most interesting facets is its beauty. Like, the chord changes are really heartbreaking. There's a lot of heartache and mournfulness in a lot of the Greek music that I'm attracted to, and hence we'll be playing today. But this first thing was recorded by a guy named Dennis Boxell, who was a dance historian. He studied the world's dances, particularly the dances in Greece and the Balkan states, and made tons and tons of recordings on his own, which he put out on some LPs here and there. Some would come out on a label called Folkcraft, but he had this series of CDRs that he would make to order. And I ordered like 1,000 of them some years ago. And this is a Syrtos, a dance. A lot of this stuff, the music was made to accompany a dance. I'm no scholar on the history of Greece or the musical traditions of Greece. We're just simply talking about what this shit sounds like. We like it because of what it sounds like, not maybe what they're saying or what role the song had in its culture, its function in the culture. similar to the Cajun show, we're going to butcher a lot of names here.
Naturally.
Because this is one of the first shows where I actually needed a translator because many of the records are all in Greek. So I sent them to Andreas Christopoulos in Grand Rapids. Like, what am I looking at?
What a coincidence, because while I had COVID, I kept texting Andreas, asking him, like, hey, what do they call Greece in Greece? Hey, when the movie Grease came out, what did they call it? And he kind of lost his patience with me, I think, pretty quickly.
So we'll listen to this Dennis Boxell song, a recording of some music to accompany a Syrtos. Pretty jamming, fiddle led, that bass line, that little modulation that happens.
So subtle, but so significant.
I don't think it's a bass as we know it. It's some other instrument.
This is going to be, I feel like a Dogpatch listener must feel.
The language barrier and the fact that it's a different alphabet, it really makes it difficult to kind of pin what these things are. I think, isolated these to being mostly dance tunes. Like, we're not playing any Rembetico, which is kind of like the singer-songwriter tradition of Greece. And the songs are either about jail or hashish, basically, kind of laments about one of the two. We're not going to play any Rembetico. And most people kind of think Greek music, they think Rembetico.
So we're going to be listening to, like, the Greek electric slide, the Greek Cupid shuffle.
Casper.
The Greek Casper.
Teach me how to Dougie in Greek.
Teach me how to Dogopolis.
I recently told Andreas in Grand Rapids, I was reading some kind of etymology of Dolmades, the rice or meat wrapped in grape leaves. And it's a Turkish invention.
Okay.
Which does not ever sit well with a Greek person. If you know the history of the Turks and the Greeks, not kind of dicey. So I kind of took Dolmades away from the Greeks. I'm sorry, my Greek brethren.
What's the relationship between the Italians and the Greeks like? You guys chill?
I think so. We didn't invade Greece.
Yeah. Helps your case.
Yeah, I think Italians and Greeks are pretty good. They have very similar things. When they immigrated to the United States, the Greeks opened the restaurants, but they got all the groceries and food products from the Italians. It's a bunch of olive-eating motherfuckers, so
Yeah.
kind of the same.
A gentleman's agreement to eat some fucking olives.
So now we'll listen to Citrios Chianis, a player of the Greek version of the hammered dulcimer. So 2 little mallets to play this.
Trapezoid of strings.
This is on a fairly generic-looking kind of Greek record with like a flower on the front on Olympia or some generic label like that. This is really, really nice stuff. You know, one feature about a lot of this stuff that we're going to be playing today is how much it resembles modern jazz. Like that could be some kind of out piano thing by Dave Burrell or something, where there's just enough melody to keep you in it, but it's actually a little bit wobbly and kind of weird.
Yeah.
When the clarinet is the featured instrument, obviously there's an easy way to, think about it in jazz terms.
You think it's detuned until they do it the second time. And
Yeah.
then you're like, oh, that's intentional.
It's supposed to be that way.
That's just a scale that my ear is not tuned to.
Yeah, there's a lot of microtones in there that our Western ears are like, is that right? When in fact it's right on the money.
But being from Appalachia, I hear a lot of dulcimer music. And so the letters are familiar to me, but the language is unfamiliar to me.
Yes.
And it's really interesting to...
Yeah, I love when you have that kind of common instrument across the world's people, like a bagpipe or a hammered dulcimer or a 1-string or 2-string kind of guitarra, and just see how it's interpreted by different people.
The hammered dulcimer, I mean, it feels to me like as soon as you could improve upon it, you would, because it seems so temperamental, so cumbersome, so...
Hammered dulcimer is one of those instruments which actually hasn't been kind of dug up from obscurity and have some like pretty hipster girl do her new album with it and talk about like cancel culture and breakup and other woke bullshit over like some dainty hammered dulcimer run through a series of effects.
Yeah.
They're running out of instruments to be reinvented by like wafy men or women to do these little like cutesy like tug at your heartstrings type joints.
Just absolutely marauded the ukulele. Then the harp. Oh,
Yeah.
the harp just got a bad one.
The harp did catch a few L's.
I don't think the cello ever had a chance.
The kalimba in a post-Phil Coran world, I think, through effects.
Could be the next one to get Lilith fared up.
Yeah, like a Old Forester whiskey commercial with some like delayed kalimba.
Oh, I have seen kalimbas with built-in effects, actually.
I would fuck with it. They're fun.
I'll be honest, when I say I keep that thing on me, I mean a kalimba.
In your car?
Just, I stay strapped.
Right now?
From way back.
Right now?
Because payback.
You're packing right now.
I'm packing a kalimba, man. 2 rows of tines. Fuck with me.
Permit?
I scratched the serial number off.
So we'll move along here to something called Poimanica. I'm trying here. I'm trying my best. It's another really florid and languid clarinet-led piece of music. It's got that beauty and that darkness to it, like the best parts of Greek music that I like. Wonderful stuff.
Γεωργίνα, βαριά παλατωμένο, κύρα Γεωργακίνα. Πως το παθές παιδί μου, ετούτου το κακό, η μαύρη θα συχάσω κι είσαι μονάχο. Πέρασε μπουρμάνα αυτή που αγαπώ και μου είπε θα με πάρει την Κυριακή βραδιό. Με κάψε η ματιά της στο λίγυρο κορμί, το γλυκό φίλημά της δεν το είχα ξαναειδεί. Τι να σου πω μπουρμάνα, τι να σου διηγηθώ, απόφαση το πήρα να τη στυπανωθώ.
So that was F. Halkiopoulos, a song called Miss Georgina. Some droner business there,
what
right?
a cacophony.
Those vocals?
Yeah.
Those guys are like as old as dust, for starters. And it's kind of hard to tell how many are even singing at one time.
Uh-huh.
Polyphony's really strange. It's kind of resembles like a really weird version of Tenores, which is like basically the predecessor of doo-wop with four guys harmonizing in their voice. That's some weird shit right there.
Yeah, that was really enchanting. Everything you've played, those songs, as odd as it sounds, kind of sound like a party.
Oh, yeah. And it's funny you should mention this party trajectory. Often a party happens at a wedding.
Mm-hmm.
And the next artist we'll listen to is Pericles Halkias, who's a clarinet player and an amazing figure. There is a documentary about him that was made by John Cohen, who worked for the Smithsonian Folkways and all kinds of stuff through the 20th century, called Pericles in America. It's about Pericles coming here he's from Epirus, from northern Greece, setting up in Queens, and then basically providing music for the Greek community there. Mm-hmm. And in this film are amazing scenes from this wedding where they're playing the slowest, droniest stuff. The clarino, the clarinet is played through a delay, and it's just so hot and drunk, and the dancing is ultra. It's like chop and screwed Greek music.
Yeah.
I urge anybody to just put that in. Folk Streams, one of the great free folklore video sites on the internet, hosts this movie for free. It's called Pericles in America. But we'll listen to Pericles here doing probably my favorite form of Greek music, which is called a Miroloi, essentially a ballad or the blues. It's the blues.
Okay.
I don't know if it's played at funerals. I don't know enough about the culture, but it definitely has a funereal vibe. But it's one drone. It doesn't modulate. Fluctuates a little bit, but it never modulates. And it just keeps you hovering in this strange space. A sad space, a kind of black and dark blue space. But some of the most captivating music in my collection, I think, is Miroloi's from northern Greece.
It's really strange to think of such a dirge that sounds so avant-garde to be such a cornerstone of Greek culture.
Yeah, when you take the traditional music of this culture and look at it through a different lens, like say an avant-garde jazz lens or an experimental lens or a noise lens, it takes on this whole new meaning. And here the Greeks have been practicing this music for, beyond count generations. So this is Pericles Halkias playing a Miroloi. So that very well could be Taj Mahal Traveler from Japan, or an Angus MacLeese Velvet Underground, John Cale drone thing. That is some very avant-garde music.
To think that that's like Taps or like Wade in the Water or like
When the Saints Go Marching
Wings.
In.
Yeah, like
When the Saints Go Marching In, yeah, it's very much in that bag.
they're like, no, we got it.
Just miraculous music. If you just put the word Miroloi, or there's a couple permutations of the word. If you just put it in YouTube, you could be lost in a river of sorrow, a beautiful sorrow, for a really long time. And Pericles Halkias and his whole family, almost everybody, and his son is a big player as well. He's a very important pillar in the Greek-American, he's 100% Greek, but he moved to Queens, the Greek-American kind of music culture that is, for the most part, kind of extinct by now.
He wasn't listening to Sun Ra when he came up with that.
No. Yeah, maybe Sun Ra was listening to him.
Oh. That was beautiful.
So we mentioned Dennis Boxell earlier, who was a ethnographer and field recordist who did a lot of recording in the area. Another really great field recordist and ethnographer who also recorded music from Greece, in addition to a lot of other places, a guy named Wolf Dietrich. There are many ethnic field recordists in the pantheon of ethnic music, but you find the ones that record kind of the shit that you want and you zone in on them, and Wolf Dietrich always found the good shit.
You say that, but I'm just picturing this guy, Wolf Dietrich, rolling into some Greek village and saying like, yo, I want that good.
I always wondered about how he kind of coaxed the best out of these cultures that he wasn't a part of. So he just must have been that dude. He must have been, everybody must have been so comfortable around him. They're like, get him some ouzo, smoke the hookah, let's hang out with this guy and then give him like our best.
But it's not like he's playing him stuff off his phone. He's like, you know, you got joints like this?
No. There's a picture of him on one of the Albatross Greek records where he's walking next to a procession on the street with a microphone and a nagra and the headphones and the work. And he looks exactly like they do. He's kind of got some dusty pants on, a little vest, a little hat, smoking a cigarette. He's very much like in it. The next song is a recording he made in a nightclub in Greece, probably in the late 70s or early 80s, where it's a band playing traditional music, but the sound is a little updated as far as like it's electrified for starters, and maybe there's a little bit of effect. There's a general kind of like, what? And it sounds crazy. In this example, we'll begin the last few songs we play on the show here, where we will take that traditional music and see it updated in sound a little bit, where there's effects and things that start to happen. We'll describe it later, but first we'll listen to this Wolf Dietrich song recorded in a Greek nightclub. This is from a Museum Collections LP, a German label, a double album of music from Southeast Europe. Mega drum and bass vibes on that percussion, huh?
Yeah, super cool.
Jungle.
Massive.
And the bass, or the thing that is occupying the space that a bass usually would, it sounds like it's kind of playing in reverse and stuff. It's like it's got this flexibility that's really. Let's go to that nightclub. Can we stay in there and get hammered like all night?
It's a mistake until they do it the second and third and fourth and fifth time, and then you're just like, oh, these guys are just.
How many cigarettes were smoked in that nightclub that night? All of Winston-Salem? They just cut all of the tobacco down from Winston-Salem and just burned it down?
None of that equipment was kept in a smoke-free environment.
A smoke-filled environment.
There's nothing wrong.
The things that make the sound updated are subtle, but they really have a really big effect on the overall texture of the music.
Yes, and often it adds a completely great dimension to all of it.
It's not like somebody got a Korg Triton and all of a sudden there's fake strings and like sound effects on it.
Definitely we're looking at a strata of Greek music that is, there's a lot of other Greek music, clearly. You know, there's Greek psych, there's Greek rap, there's Greek everything you want. But when you stay in this kind of traditional lane and allow it to be affected a little bit as the years roll on, where they're still playing like traditional Syrtos, but they're like, you know what, let's put a little delay or a little fuzz on the bouzouki or whatever.
It just feels like fuzz bass on a Marty Robbins song.
True. Don't go. So continuing with this semi-modern sound applied to largely traditional music, this is a 45. The only data I could extract from it is that the label is called Gold Microphone.
Okay.
And this came from a box of Greek singles that Nick Myers, a friend of mine here, got somewhere, and they just left it here, and I made a CD of maybe like 15 songs. It was all fairly standard material, but there was a few here and there. I was like, actually, that's pretty cool. So this one I know nothing about other than the fact it's on a label called Gold Microphone. I think it's number 505.
Fair enough.
Έγραψα ένα γράμμα με αίμα της καρδιάς. Τι σου έχω φταίξει και δεν ξαναγυρνάς. Τα χείλη μου στεγνώσανε, μάτια μου βουρκώσανε και βρέξαν το χάρτη. Το όνομα σου πάντα λέω με έναν βαριά στεναγμό. Πώς θα μπορώ να συνηθίσω στον φοβερό μας χωρισμό. Σου το γράψω, έκλαψα πολύ. Είναι κάθε λέξη πίκρα και χολή. Έφυγες κι απελπιστικά, στη θλίψη μου βυθιστικά για πάντα στη ζωή. Το όνομα σου πάντα λέω με έναν βαριά στεναγμό. Πώς θα αν μπορώ να συνηθίσω στον φοβερό μας χωρισμό, στον φοβερό μας χωρισμό, στον φοβερό μας χωρισμό.
There's a high likelihood that if you played that to Joe Blow that wasn't familiar with music from around the world, they just would assume that that was Arab in nature. Something,
I was going to say
something from the Middle East.
That's exactly what I was about to say. I was about to say the it gets really fuzzy if this is Middle Eastern, is this Indian, Pakistani? Like they start to sort of get into the middle of that landmass. And I mean, you're right next to Turkey, and obviously there's some interaction there.
Those cultures are so old that the deep roots of it all are so far away, but they're similar. It all comes from the same branch.
Over millennia.
Over so long. That's a really beautiful little piece of music, though. I really like that.
But that's the second time I heard that track and thought it was going to be Crystal Blue Persuasion.
That's the vibe you got off of it?
Well, just the little hand drums at the beginning give me that Crystal Blue persuasion.
That's really, really nice stuff. So continuing with the modern Greek sound of traditional forms, this next record is by a woman named Vula Pala, and this LP is fucking incredible. Every single song is good on it. You pick it up out of the rack when you're crating.
As we do.
And it just looks like some generic Greek thing. It's got a picture of a woman in traditional garb, whatever. Could be soft as grandma, beehive, or whatever. But no. And she made many records, but this is the only one where somebody was like, you know, Vula, let's put 5,000 tons of fuzz on the bouzouki and record it on every song. This is one of my most listened to records in the past few years. I had burned it to CD for my car. I listened to it constantly in the car. It's like really great music. And it was hard to choose what song to exemplify this fuzz bouzouki. So I chose this one. I don't know the name of the song. It's track 6 on the record. It's the last song on side A of the record.
You roll through Greek Town bumping this?
I wonder if anybody would know what it was. I mean, it's pretty obscure.
Yeah.
Like, I think I put Andreas on it. He didn't know what it was. I hadn't heard of her.
Our Greek Town's like 4 blocks, too.
Our Greek Town is actually almost a joke. Literally, the main restaurant is called Acropolis.
Yeah.
Having your main Greek restaurant being called Acropolis,
It's kind of got to burn, huh?
that's like the pizzeria called Italy Pizza.
Mangia.
Well, fried chicken was really big when I went to England, and there was just all these places called like Maryland fried chicken, Virginia fried chicken.
Really?
Florida fried chicken. And I was like, Florida fried chicken? You want to go there?
Wow, is it alligator?
No, it was just North African guys cooking fried chicken.
Did you fuck with it?
Of course I did. There had just been like a grime rap video filmed about a place called Southern Fried Chicken that looked exactly like KFC, and the song was called Junior Spesh. And I was like, I was trapped there because of the Icelandic volcano. I was like, you know what? I'm going to go find this place and get the Junior Special. The guy gave it to me for free because he liked my story.
He could smell the fried chicken already coming off your clothes. He's like, well, you've traveled far.
And to this day, there's a signed 8x10 glossy of me on the wall of SFC.
Next to Jay Leno?
In South London.
So your glossy was next to Ronnie Size, Stormzy, Skepta?
Below Stormzy, above Skepta, to the right of Dizzy Rascal.
Good company.
Yeah, good company.
Good company. So this is Vula Pala.
γεφύρι ανέβαινε και το νερό κοιτάζει. Με τα άστρα παραμίλαγε και βάρια να στενάζει. Για εκείνον που έφυγε, για εκείνον που πάει. Πάει, 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 πάει το πουλί μου πάει. Πάει, 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 πάει το πουλί μου πάει. Τις νύχτες βγαίνε κρυφά. Τις νύχτες περπατούσε. Συλλογιζόταν και κλαίγε για εκείνον που αγαπούσε. Και με του πρώτα μας τώρα μιλούσε τη γυναίκα που στο γεφύρι χτίστηκε για να στεριώσει η πέτρα. Για εκείνονε που έφυγε, για εκείνονε που πάει. Πάει, 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 πάει το πουλί μου πάει. Πάει, 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 πάει το πουλί μου πάει.
Rare psych, bro.
You know what, Dante? You know what I'm a little worried about?
Yes, sir.
I'm worried we may have stirred up some grime controversy.
Oh, I heard from the Pentagon.
I hope we don't have to get the Pentagon involved again.
Call Madonna.
But anyway, what was up with that song we listened to?
Yeah, what do you think about that fuzz on that thing?
We've devoted an entire show to fuzz.
It's true.
Fuzz is always welcome.
Fuzz is global, embraced by the globe.
It's sort of one of those bold flavors that I think even kind of your medium rare people, your garden variety music listener can accept as part of the palette.
I think that something like that Vula Pala, should it get more eyes and ears on it, would kind of be a big thing. Like the
Yeah.
whole record has got a very modern sound, and yet she's still performing this fairly traditional kind of music, led by the clarinet. Mm-hmm. She's in it, man. That's a really, really cool record.
Is probably a hair shy of like a Finders Keepers Jim Jones
Yes.
beat flip thing 10 years ago.
Yeah, somebody could definitely make a beat out of that for sure. So we spent about an hour playing Greek music that we like. Sad, fuzzy, warm, festive, all manner. We stayed kind of towards the north of Greece by and large and kind of stayed in this one lane. There's a huge, huge world of Greek music out there to explore. I will make this one caveat that no one values their records more than Greeks. Try to buy a Greek psychedelic record from a Greek dealer. It's like, it's $40,000.
Yeah, right.
You're like, what? Greek dollars? Like, didn't your economy collapse? The only people worse than Greeks overvaluing their own contributions to music are Italians.
Oh.
Like,
For
if there's an Italian record you want, like, it's impossible. Dealing with an Italian dealer trying to get something, it's like, dude, chill out.
Pizza.
So we'll close the show with what I would consider probably a desert island disc. There's very few pieces of music that I think are this moving and beautiful and transportative. Like, I dare you not to just get lost in the reverie of this particular Miroloi, which is by Tassios Chalkias. All these guys are either Chalkias or Halkias, all these clarinet players seemingly.
From the Chalkias Halkias clan of clarinet players?
There may be a bell of truth to this, that like at their root, this part of the culture were the musicians 5 zillion years ago when Zeus is like, you guys play clarinets.
Yeah, huh.
And this kind of stuff. But this is an amazing Miroloi, and it's kind of short too, which helps its effectiveness. It's not like 8 minutes or something like that. Very beautiful, beautiful music by Tassios Chalkias from Epirus. So this has been Dogpatch.
I'm John Kirby.
I'm Dante Carfagna.
Opa!
I knew you were going to say that.